Hello there. This video series is going to show you how to do a lightbox effect with jQuery. So jQuery is a JavaScript-based technology that gives your web pages extra functionality like galleries and things start changing and clicking on when the user clicks on the page, you'll get interactivity that you couldn't otherwise have. Instead of having to build jQuery on your own, I like to go and search for things and see what I can find to plug into my site. jQuery plugins usually have a couple, or well, three components. They usually have a jQuery file, like the framework, and then they have a JavaScript file, and they have a CSS file. I guess really a fourth component, they have the HTML that ties it all together. So in this scenario, what I was looking for was a jQuery Lightbox, and Google suggested, as I started to type in jQuery Lightbox, it added, he said, oh, do you want to search for jQuery Lightbox tutorial? You know, like it was one of the ones that came up. So I thought, sure, why don't I go that way? Because usually I'm just searching for the actual thing, but I'm adding on tutorial. I got some really interesting results. So some of the search results here, like here, best tutorial, super simple Lightbox with CSS and jQuery. There's a lot of different things in here for this. Now, when you are through watching these videos, you can then say, well, what about jQuery slideshow? Well, there's 2 million responses to that. Maybe you could do jQuery, well, wait, hold on, I just saw. Let's see, there's this one here that's got top 20 jQuery slideshow and image gallery tutorials. So what you do with these when you're vetting them is to scroll through, read what's going on, and then you will take a tour or click on demo, which is more common. So I'm opening this in a new tab, and I would like to see what the heck I'm dealing with. So it's telling me all the different features, and then you know, I would like to see how it works. I see that there's a thumbnail here, but oh, here's examples of it. So this one, it looks like they might be selling it. There's many of them. There's many out there that are free. So this is just showing you, you know, what happens with this particular gallery, and ideally you're getting some samples in here of different options. And you might have to pay for this one because it says buy now right here. And how expensive are they? Which, if you pay for something, so this is saying WordPress plus jQuery version. This is jQuery. If you pay for something, you usually get more support. So this is like $40 for this one. But you don't have to pay for them usually, but you do have to be a little more savvy when you don't pay for them. Which, honestly, I've paid for a couple throughout the years. I haven't paid for very many things in jQuery. So this one has a different way of handling the images. This one. And so I'm not getting the response I like over here, but this automatically plays. But I'm not seeing the changes here. I have to click the arrow to get it to change. So I'm not super crazy about that. So you start looking through the different functionality to see, okay, before I go any further, do I like the demo? Don't just download something because, in this one I'm getting weird pop-ups, because it looks like it could be promising. Now this one has a lot of fun little language in here, so it's probably not going to help me out a whole lot here. I know they're describing it. If you really like it, you could explore it, but jQuery is international, so you might find stuff that just isn't, in your language. So um, read and download tutorial. Okay. And create a slick and accessible slideshow. So you just keep going through these until you find something that you really like. So that's one thing. jQuery. Let's see, those are jQuery slideshow, jQuery slider. And you can just you can type in all sorts of different things. It's a question of knowing what to call it that's more challenging than anything. Um, okay. So there's all sorts of stuff out there, just thousands and thousands of solutions. Okay, so that's step one, is just finding the thing that you think you want. And the next step is and so what I did is I found build a jQuery lightbox effect, which is usually a pretty basic thing. So I started to go through these. And this one looked interesting, but not what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted a more practical approach. This was super scaled down, and sometimes the super scaled down response is better than nothing because, if you're really new to this, maybe that's the easier way to go at first. This one looked promising, but I ended up going with this one because I liked that there were captions here. The drop shadow thing is interesting. It probably doesn't work in IE8, but I thought that's nice, and I could do without the Polaroid around it, but that is always something you can modify. You can always skin these things the way you want once you have it working. So pay attention to this part. Once you have it working in your demo HTML file, then you can modify how it appears, and you really want to do all of your initial tweaking to the particular setup before moving it into your site. Because once you move it into your site, if you start playing with it, you don't know what's conflicting. Like, oh, is it did it, so you get it working and looking the way you want in a different HTML file before working it into your template or into your site, okay?